Hey Ronnie, I want to ask you about one of the homies, man. He got a lot of he had a lot of respect back in the day, man. The dude Renee Miles, man. How you met Renee Miles?
I met Renee Miles out of West Tampa when I first got to Coleman. They put me in the unit with him.
So you ain't know him in the streets?
No, I had heard of him though, cause he a legend over there.
In West
Well, you know what I'm
Tampa.
saying? He was a legend over there.
Right.
Hey man, when I first got to Coleman, man, Renee had that thing locked down, man. Renee had all the drugs. He had his goddamn. Renee was only the only nigga out of a whole 1,000, goddamn 1,200. It probably was 5 cell phones on the pound, and goddamn he had one. That nigga was getting a lot of money, man. That nigga making hundreds of $1,000s out of that visiting part, man. I saw that with my own eyes, man. And I learned a lot of game from him. He, you know what I'm saying? He ended up turning sour. He ended up telling, you know what I'm saying, and Thomas' name. And the fucked up part about it is he told, right? He did some fuck shit. And 3 years later, he would have got out on the crack law because the nigga had done been in 20 years anyway.
So he had respect in the state and in the feds to a
Yes,
certain point.
yes. I'm talking about, listen, man, Renee was so good at what he did, man. He played gangs, he played polices, he played wardens, and everybody is under his tune, my nigga. I ain't never in my life seen nothing like that in my life. Renee was real. I mean, it's almost like he was too smart for his own good. You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and keep it
What you
real.
saying, Darrell?
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is. I told you when I
He
met
know
him
I ain't
in
lying
Atlanta.
about everything I just said.
Yeah,
that
I
nigga was,
told you that.
and he was book smart. If you ever seen Renee handwriting, it look like a goddamn machine did it when he writing in cursive, dog. He write like a woman. I'm talking about, man, I ain't never seen with math, with numbers. That boy could have been anything he wanted to
But
be,
he was
dog.
a tutor in Atlanta. He used to be a
Yeah,
tutor.
he's very, very intelligent. I ain't gonna take that from him. But you know, so like I said, he did some. So you got to think is that this is what was going on at Coleman at that time. I'm gonna go and tell you.
Shit, the world know about that now.
No, I'm not gonna say nothing crazy. This is what was going on at Coleman Penitentiary back then. Because you had a lot of dudes that had never been to Florida because Coleman wasn't open at that time, so they was up the road. And they was up the road. That's why I always tell people, dog, is that every motherfucker that's out there still in the streets, especially if you're doing federal crimes, right? Every man that's sitting on this panel right here, I'm talking about you got literally over 70 years a motherfucker done did. He did 22, I did 21, he did 23, and he did 10. That's 70 something a man years in here, right? Did this right here, right? Is that I want to word it right. Is that it's a lot of knowledge inside of this room right here, right? And what I mean by that is I don't glorify it. I always say fuck prison. Stay out of jail and this and that. Because y'all have no ideas of these laws that's actually trapping a motherfucker in this motherfucker, man. I'm talking about over and over. Y'all don't know what I'm saying? Because I heard you say something one time about 50 grams in a gun. That was a life sentence. I used to wonder how, when I used to look at dudes, I said, man, how this dude got a life sentence for crack? Right? Because he went to trial. Now, had he pled, he probably would have got him 20 or 30, but that statute carried 10 to life at that time.
That what you had there? You had a life sentence?
Yeah.
How that was to get sentenced to life?
Man, that shit. I was known about 3 years. Just known. Straight known.
Oh yeah, Renee ended up catching another life sentence.
Like
That's the sad
straight
part of that
known.
story.
Like when I got sentenced, I was
Shooting in the
known.
ass, dog.
Like
That's crazy, bro.
it was a feeling you couldn't believe. It was,
For a robbery. For a robbery.
But you have to shake out of it.
That's why I say he was too smart.
The numbness, and I think the Nation of Islam helped me with that because I still was thinking crazy when I first got sentenced. But
I was breaking it down.
you get
to
in
him,
there,
too.
you educate. You got to educate yourself, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just want y'all to hear, man. It's easy to catch a life sentence around fucking around the streets. What you were saying, though, Renee had caught another life sentence?
Yeah, Renee ended up, doing what he did and got out of jail. Wasn't no telling and got out of jail, and stayed out for 9 months and popped the dude in the ass. And at that point, you got to think. This is the way I looked at it: is the prosecutors felt like he never supposed to have got out anyway. So when he did what he did, and he did get out, and he got out and committed a violent act, that's making the feds look bad now.
Right.
Because he ain't never supposed to got out. And now he done got out here and he done shot a motherfucker. So that's why they all ended him like that.
He got it in the
You know what I'm
state
saying?
this time.
Yeah, but that's going to be a
How
hard
long
one.
did he stay out before he did
That's going
that?
to be a hard one because the
That's
nigga...
right.
Because
Huh?
9 months.
9 months.
But see, this here why it's gonna be a hard one, right? Because the nigga that he shot in the ass is a CI. He didn't shoot him in the ass because he was a CI, but the nigga had been working. So the nigga gonna always say that he in fear for his life for the rest of his life.
So hold on, man. The homie did how much time he had did all together?
Oh,
Renee Miles all together.
Done 20 what?
G had done been to the state before. Like G had it like he ain't never really been on the street like that, dog. You got to think he had done 5 years in the state. In the Fed, he had done did.
He was almost touching 30.
He did no. He fell in '89 and he got out in 18.
He was almost touching 30.
No,
Oh,
from '89 to 18.
well, that's 29 years.
Oh, from '89 to 8. God damn. No, he didn't get out of 18. No, so my bad. He got out of 9.
What? 27 almost.
He got out of 9.
And he had did.
He got out in
time in the state.
2009.
He done been to the state a couple of times.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Jitt had done, like you say, Jitt probably ain't, from me talking to Jitt probably ain't never did a year on the street. From when he started.
You know when you got the name, when you get the name Jitt in prison, you had to be young.
That's right.
Yeah,
Right.
Jitt.
Yeah, I used to hear about him. I used to hear about he had it on lockup though. You know, at Coleman.
He got 2-3 polices. He go to visit and get some work. He got the police. Like
I ain't
you
never
said,
seen
he got
nothing like
the
that.
warden. He walking around with free reign.
At night,
Like he said,
walk around the country
it's hard
like
getting
this.
one police, my nigga. It's hard getting one police, my nigga. That nigga had 2-3 polices.
The captain.
Hold up now, it gets deeper now. He had 2-3 polices. He dipping his hands over here in a brick or two over here. There's a brick or two of that pounds of weed over here because he fucked with all the Chicos and all this and that, blah, blah, blah. Man, when I tell you that nigga was tied in, man, that nigga used to throw penitentiary parties, man, this before he turned bad. That was legendary. And boy, look here, y'all can laugh all y'all want. That's why I be posting that shit to show y'all the motherfuckers in prison ain't dumb, man. Goddamn it, we making wine in that motherfucker. And I ain't talking about this shit that look like this. No, I ain't talking about no wine that look like this, that the yucky stuff that y'all used to look at. I'm talking about that look like this. This is what they do. And that bottle they'll cost you probably right now. I asked my cousin, he said this is $150 right now for this bottle.
White.
They call it white. But anyway, that's why I be showing those pictures because I be trying to take y'all inside of the good and the bad of that place so y'all can see what it is. But yeah, man, them niggas sharp as a motherfucker.
So you
man.
say you was throwing penitentiary parties?
Oh man, look here, man. The man was the man to buy everything. He'll get 2 ounces of weed. Just keeping it real. He'll get 2 ounces of weed. He'll bust that shit open in the cell. He might. And look, this is how smooth he was. He gonna throw a party in our
Yeah, he gonna be
unit
there.
where he got the police locked down.
Yeah.
No, where the police at the door. Know what's going on.
Yeah, they gonna let you in.
And they gonna let you in, all the violators from all over the compound. It's 50 niggas in this motherfucker. We got fried chicken, burritos, we got pizza, we got ounces of weed flaring, right? We got buckets of wine every day. Everybody staggering around this motherfucker drunk and high out their mind. I mean, we was living like that every day anyway, just to, you know what I'm saying, just to go ahead and keep it real. That was just, his part is the reason why in prison. I was this nigga talking about fucking parties in prison. Nigga, I was in there for 21 motherfucking years. I ain't got to make more. Guess what? I had to make the best of it, y'all. I made the best of it. Guess what, my nigga? I went to prison, right? I'm saying this amongst 2 gentlemen that was around me for, you know what I'm saying? I would say 20 years in prison. I went to prison broke. I had just got out of the state and they knocked me across the head for this bogus ass conspiracy, right? But I lived like a king in there, man. And what I mean live like a king is if you had $1 million in your account and I came in broke, your bid was no different than mine. Because I hustled, you know, I played, I gambled, I had tickets, you know, I got drugs in institutions for years and years and years, compromised polices, you know, I did it all.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah. Not bragging saying that. I'm just saying I just went in survival mode. Like, you motherfucker gonna give me 27 years for some bullshit and then turn around and expect me to suffer in here at the same time? To what, if I want a haircut or I want a cold soda, I can't get it? Fuck you. Well, go ahead.
Hey, Ronnie. When everything happened with Jitt Renee,
Yeah.
a couple months later, it was a police working in my unit. We used to be cool. See, we once you been there long enough, the police
I know what you're talking about.
They talk to you like you on the street, blah, blah, we kicking it. So he telling me the story about he trying to get in with Jitt.
Mm-hmm.
He trying to get in. He asking Jitt like, God damn, nigga, fuck with me. And Jitt telling the man like, nah, man, I got too much going on. And so the police, he like, Damn, the nigga don't even want to fuck with me.
Man, thank you. So he making so much money. The goddamn police said he want to make some money with it.
The police said, man, what's up, nigga?
Yeah,
Let me
Listen,
in.
man, it was so crooked, man.
And
The
he-
warden at that place was bringing in that sack, man.
Yeah.
The warden at Coleman, this is all documented, man. They had a big indictment on numerous occasions.
Yeah,
Of shit that was going on. Listen, I went back to court in 2017, right? Under the Johnson. Went back under the Johnson because the Florida gun ain't no longer violent. Y'all got to take that state joint gun off me and take that enhancement off me. So when I went back, right? The judge saying, first of all, when she looked at me, right, Susan Buckley, right, she looked at me, right, she said, first of all, let's get something straight, Mr. Dixon. You're not going home today. Let's go ahead and get that straight. Which she could have let me go, you know what I'm saying, but she telling me right then. So she looking at my record, she saying, you done got caught with knives in prison, you got caught with heroin here, you got caught with marijuana, you say you threatened the staff. A police worked our unit one day. You know, you got to be careful what you say. He said I threatened him because it was lockdown time, and he kept telling me to go to my room, but I kept changing the TV on him. And he said I threatened him. They locked me up. That was a bunch of bullshit. So anyway, she said it seemed like you haven't learned anything. You've been in prison now for 15 years. You've caught over 21 infractions or something like that for serious offenses and da da da. You caught 21 offenses. She kept saying it over and over, right? So I was more or less like, when I got to Coleman, do you know what I saw? The indictments, the police bringing in dope. So really what I was doing is I was throwing them under the bus, which was their own system. Saying it ain't like when y'all locked me up. I came in here, goddamn it, and I saw, it was a real, man, y'all put me in the C unit, man.
Right.
When I walked on that compound, them niggas was literally, they had a bag of wine on the corner like the project. I'm not lying. A big bag of, they might have 100 of these bottles in there. And when dudes walking down the sidewalk, they serving them like they packs right there in front of the police. I had never saw nothing like that in my life. I went under that hut. Oh my God. If the police was standing right there and the dude handed me a joint. And I say, hey man, the police, like, nah, I ain't tripping. Remember when they used to have wicks burning all down the thing?
Yeah.
Debo them, they wasn't hiding, smoking and drinking. When you used to get drunk back then, whenever I first came in, they used to tell you to just make sure you get home. Say like if you all out on compound and you falling out and you being disruptive, the police will come to you and tell you, say you better get him and go ahead, take him to the unit. Hey, listen, the worst case scenario, they was gonna take you to the unit, take you in your cell, lock your door. And it went from that to a 100 series shot though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this is a PSA to all y'all, man. This is not to promote going to prison, going goofy. I mean being goofy. That's what I call it, doing the goofy. This is more about us trying to educate y'all. Cause boy, I swear all them federal laws I didn't know, bro.
So y'all
I
didn't
didn't
see
know.
you together?
No. That was Gamora over there.
No, C unit was like this right here, right? C unit
That
when
was-
I
that was real deal Solomon and Gomorrah.
No, when I had first went in there, right?
No,
when I
no, it
first
wasn't.
went in
Not
there,
when you
that
see
was
it,
that was the
Rover
gangster
Park.
unit.
Yeah.
That was the projects.
Yeah.
Man, when I went inside C unit, right? And I walked in there, no, they still had the cigarettes then.
Yeah.
Dog, I walked in C unit and looked on that top tier and looked and seen all the misfits and losers and rejects, and they was shooting dice right here and smoke was everywhere. I seen some niggas holler. I said, "Oh man, this is where I need to be."
Yeah.
You gotta think, y'all.
I know
They just gave me 27 years, y'all. I was down there 30, so I'm in straight survival mode at this time, and this is what I'm used to. So when I go in this unit, see them party, they got a poker table right here, they shooting dice right there, they drinking and smoking right here. You got one police sitting right there in the middle of the station, just sitting right there reading a magazine. Oh man, we was cool. And then later on, this is how they ended up making C unit a bad unit like that with all the other people, right? Is they started going to the shoot, and everybody that was getting out the shoot, they was sitting in the C unit.
No, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm finna tell you what's really was wild about Coleman back then with the wine. Do you remember when the niggas wouldn't let the police take the wine from them?
I remember that.
The police say, man, just pour out one bottle. Niggas wouldn't give them their wine. Tell the police straight up, you can't get this, man. Go ahead on.
Hey man, I tell people all the time, and I don't say
Man.
this bragging. Like I say, I was around